The date is September 7th, 2017. My name is Cassidy Miller.
And my name is Deirdre Korkus, and welcome to your 6 p.m. news for Towson University. Tonight, we come to you with some breaking news that just reached the public.
The well-known retail credit company Equifax has been breached. This cybercrime act of theft could have affected approximately 145.5 million U.S. customers.
This means that you are most likely affected. Even if you have not gone on the Equifax website and entered in your social security number, other businesses could have done that for you. Comcast is one of those businesses that uses the service. This evening, we have Daphne and Adib, two affected customers.
Thank you for joining us this evening. Please tell us your thoughts on this Equifax breach.
Well, personally, I can't believe that Equifax waited months before they notified the public. I mean, and this affected me personally because I have 1 year of college to finish, and I went to get a loan to pay for my last year at school to find out that my information had been breached. So it really affected my credit. If there's a certain standard for a customer, there should be the same standard for the business.
I'm so sorry you were affected by this.
Thank you.
I've been buying Equifax stock for years and getting pretty decent return. I spent the majority of my life savings on buying more Equifax stock, and my wife is telling me I shouldn't. And now that I hear their stocks are sold because of their breach, and I didn't even know about their breach, and now I realize that all my money's wasted on stock that is worthless, and the breach is putting my credit at risk, and my wife doesn't even love me anymore because of this. She's making all decisions around the house. I don't know what to do. How's Equifax going to fix this?
So moving forward, how do you think that you would protect yourself from this? Are you looking, has your wife spoken to you more about this?
Yeah, she hasn't spoken to me much, but I can tell she's still very livid about the whole thing. And me spending my whole life savings on buying stock that's practically worth nothing is just completely unacceptable. But when I tried to freeze my credit and I called in, they had so many people calling in that they didn't even get to me. So I just waited for hours and pretty much got hung up on.
Wow.
Daphne, I would like to know how you think Equifax should deal with this breach as it moves forward.
Well, I think one of the things that they can do is offer some sort of lifetime identity theft protection for everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't notified that there was a breach. And if we were, then we probably, Adib and others, the other 145 other million Americans, could have probably intercepted and probably contacted credit card agencies and banks or what have you to protect our own identity. And so, but since there's been so many months since the breach, then I think it's only fair that they offer the consumers, the stakeholders, some sort of identity protection, lifetime.
We are about to speak with Olivia. She's an ethics professional who has been in the field for almost 20 years.
After speaking with a colleague of mine, Tim Watkins, we both feel like the executives have a corrupt code of ethics. Now this will trickle down into the company's employees, thus resulting in an ethically corrupt organization who is going to lose many of its customers. The public can already see that there is very little trust, if any, at this point. Due to the poor ethical decisions, the company has lost its credibility. But have the executives also found themselves in a legal issue?
Olivia, the Federal Trade Commission is undergoing an investigation to determine if the company executives, the CEO, CIO, or CSO, have crossed any legal lines. There is word that Equifax executives knew about the security breach just days before it happened, and instead of telling the public and trying to salvage what credibility Equifax has left, they are claiming that they did not know that this security breach had occurred. The executives sold some of their shares of stock. So what do you think about this?
That, of course, would be insider trading and is completely illegal. That could ultimately be the demise of a company and/or the executives. A great example is what happened to Jeff Skilling, the CEO of Enron. We'll just have to wait for the Federal Trade Commission's investigation to determine if any laws were broken.
Today we learned a lot of information on Equifax and heard many stories. Here, as more information becomes available, we will definitely keep you updated. This is Deirdre Korkus signing off.
And this is Cassidy Miller signing off. See you next time.
Have a great day.
Welcome back, Task Towson University. This is your 6 p.m. news. My name is Cassidy Miller.
And my name is Deirdre Corcus, reporting to you live.
Tonight we are reporting to you about the Equifax breach. We investigated this topic a few months earlier, and we know you wanted us to do a little bit more digging. So today, we dug a little deeper for you.
Today we went ahead and we met with the top executives of Equifax. So Richard Smith, David Webb from Equifax, I would like to thank you very much for being here and meeting with us today. So David, what is your history with Equifax?
So I joined Equifax back in 2010. I have about 30 years experience in IT and financial services, and I was in charge of overseeing Equifax's IT and leading global facilities. And I also was responsible for managing their privacy and security issues.
You said you were in charge of that. What's happened?
We recently both resigned from our positions.
So could you please tell me in your own words what happened with this Equifax security breach?
Well, in order to follow the security protocol, we have 4 meetings every year to search for possible security threats.
Wow.
And although obviously that wasn't enough in this case because there happened to be a leak and customers were harmed by it. And Homeland Security made our executives aware of this in 2017, and then later in July we were made aware of it.
Do you know how many people were affected by this breach?
From about the months of July to September, around 180 million people were affected.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Why did you not look more into the potential of a security breach when Homeland Security first contacted you in March?
Well, we unfortunately were not made aware of the severity of the scope of the breach, and that led to us not unleashing a full investigation into the breach.
Our next question to you is, why was Equifax's stock sold? Either of you.
Well, we just didn't know. We weren't aware of this happening at all. So.
Like you weren't aware of the breach occurring?
Yeah, we were last to be informed.
Okay, I understand that you were being investigated for insider trading.
Actually, we were. That was never proven. We were not proven guilty on that.
So we know that you weren't proven guilty then. What about the other?
Nobody was proven guilty. No one in the whole firm.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have anything else to release out to the public?
No, I don't have any comments.
No, I think we're done here.
We're done. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Pretty interesting, right?
Yeah, it's pretty sketchy. We want to hear what you think.
Tweet using the hashtag #TUEquifaxEthics. You can see it on the screen below.
Coming up here, we have met with our IT specialist. Check it out.
In order to check if you are affected by this breach, Equifax is offering a website, EquifaxSecurity2017.com, where you sign in with your name and social security number, and they'll notify you if you are affected. If you were affected, Equifax is offering a year free supply of credit monitoring called Trusted ID, where you sign up for it and they'll monitor you for free. But you can also check your credit score to see if there are any changes, and you can freeze your credit.
Thank you, Jess, for providing those great tips to our viewers to keep their information safe in the future. If any of our viewers have further questions, concerns, please visit our website.
There you have it. That's the story. My name is Deirdre Corcus.
And my name is Cassidy Miller.
We're signing off. Have a great rest of your weekend.